Good morning, everyone. My name is Carol Cross, and I am a practitioner with the Triangle Center of Spiritual Living. And I am the host of today's meditation. And it's a very special meditation because today is a special day. Today, at least for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, is the winter solstice. The winter solstice is the day of the year that has the least daylight and the most nighttime. But from this day on, we gain a few more minutes or moments of daylight um, until we get to June and the process reverses. But the winter solstice is probably the oldest and most universal spiritual celebration of all mankind because ancient peoples all over the planet celebrated this day that starts gaining more light. Because there's something about us humans that we like the light and we may resist the dark sometimes. But we know that God, or whatever you call the divine, is in the dark just as much as it's in the light. Many plants couldn't exist if there was light 24 hours a day. And the plants are the base of our entire food chain. And the human body is meant to rest, and it is easier for us to rest in the dark. So there are great qualities about the darkness. And that's what we're going to focus on in today's meditation, at least the first part of the meditation. I think a lot of people have experienced what they think is darkness in their lives this year. And what I would like us to do today is maybe appreciate those because, as I say, the divine is in the dark moments as well as the light. And often the darkness has a message for us or has a lesson for us. And it's only when we can surrender to that and learn that lesson can we let that dark period out of our hearts and out of our lives. Our theme this month is all shedding our skin. And the way to shed our darkness about things is to appreciate what they have to teach us. So I invite you to get comfortable, take a couple of breaths, and bring to mind some of the things that in your human experience you may have judged as being dark this year. And I invite you to see if you can look into how this may have been a contribution. It's not to say that it wasn't painful or it did not have hurtful aspects, but we gain power over that when we can also see the gift within those hard times. So we're going to take a few minutes and really, on this day of the solstice, consider what light there is to be found within what we've experienced this year as darkness. And Heather will play some music and bring us out of this and I have a closing exercise that we'll do at the end of this. But for now, try surrendering to the darkness. welcome to return to your physical bodies. Come back with me. And so I know I feel lighter, and I feel more tuned in. And it's a reminder of how much of an illusion human life can be. Because, like, right now, you probably think that you're sitting or lying or whatever you're doing is in stillness. But that's not the truth. For the Earth to get around the sun in 365 days, it hurtles through space at an amazing 66,000 miles per hour. And we're along for the ride too. And something that I just recently learned is that there is actually a specific moment that is the solstice. The solstice is when the earth is tilting the farthest point away from the sun, which is why we have reduced sunlight. And once we hit that solstice, we start moving towards that that experience of more daylight during the day. And that solstice moment is going to be in 45 seconds. So what I invite you to do is, like our ancestors would gather around the bonfire to welcome the return of the light. I invite you to do the same. And so we don't have a physical bonfire, but we have our electronic bonfire. And in 15 seconds, I invite you to really concentrate on connecting with each other and all light beings as we welcome the movement towards the light. And so it is. That ends our minute of solstice. And in that minute, we traveled 17 miles. But I know my heart traveled further than that because I really felt it. I felt you all. And that fills me up. So we are going to end the meditation and give you about 10 minutes to go take care of yourself. And we will welcome everyone back for our main event, our celebration service, which begins at 10:15. Thank you all. I love you. Happy solstice.
choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, or where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. 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 time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife.
Woo! I love that. Thank you so very much, Heather Abbott. That was brilliantly done. I really loved it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive philosophy, faith, and way of life, a global community of over 450 teachings, chapters, special focus ministries, and spiritual centers in 30 countries worldwide. We are very, very glad that you have chosen to invite us into your homes today. Happy holidays. Our community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deep and abiding connection, not only with each other, but also with that aspect of ourselves that is greater than we are. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. And we do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by consciously practicing the truth of our oneness and unity with God in our everyday lives. You are welcome here, no matter where you are on your spiritual path. A few announcements for us this morning. The holidays are upon us. I am excited about what we have in store to celebrate them together as a community. So the first is an invitation, personal invitation, to join us for our annual Christmas Eve service. The service is filled with insight, music, ritual, joy, and love. It also includes a potluck of finger foods and or desserts. It will be held on Wednesday evening, November 24th, right at we are going to be at 4 Points by Sheridan. I'm sorry. It's always an amazing and sacred event. Please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org if you will be coming, how many people will be coming with you, and the finger food or dessert item that you will be bringing. This allows us to better plan for the evening. So please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org for our annual Christmas Eve service. It's amazing. It's so wonderful. Please join us. Our annually held New Year's Eve celebration and burning bowl ritual will be held this year in combination with our annual New Year's Day visioning and vision board workshops. So they will be held in this sacred combination on Thursday afternoon, January 1st, from 12 o'clock until 4 o'clock. The event will combine a short message about releasing and a releasing meditation, followed by a ritual to release anything and everything that came up for us in the meditation. And then there will be a short message and then some about the process of visioning, and then we will do an actual visioning, and then everyone will have an opportunity to create a vision board around what came up for them during the visioning. The event will be held at a sacred and brand new to us location in Raleigh. The space is owned and operated by Solely Holistic. The address is 5540 McNeely Drive, Suite 101 in Raleigh. Please RSVP again to info@trianglecsl.org so that we can plan for the correct amount of supplies. RSVP info@trianglecsl.org. Other upcoming events. Next Sunday, we will once again be online only. But the next Sunday, January 4th, we will be in the room at the Cedar Point Clubhouse. The address is 391 Springforth Drive in Cary, North Carolina. Some of you will recognize it as Rebecca Fouts' Community Clubhouse. The service will include a very, very special event for one of our own. We will be facilitating an ordination celebration for Reverend Jim Rigsby. Just a little congratulations to Reverend Jim. Please come out to celebrate and support his amazing achievement. All Sunday services begin with a meditation at 9:45, followed by the service at 10:15, and this will be no different. The ceremony will be built into this amazing service. So please join us for that. I know Jim would absolutely love to see all of you. Our Wednesday evening services will be on hiatus for the upcoming future. We have been facilitating these services in many different iterations since 2010, and we are so very grateful for everyone who ever participated in one or hundreds of them. It has been an amazing experience for all of us who have had anything to do with bringing them into being, and it is time to take a sacred rest. We will, of course, keep you updated when or if anything changes. However, we do not want to abandon our practice of giving community members a midweek spiritual pick-me-up, especially for those who are unable to attend our Sunday services. Therefore, we are reviving and repurposing a Wednesday night program we did probably 8 years ago that was called An Evening of Value. In that program, we focused on different positive quality each week. We looked at the big ones like love and peace and abundance, but we also looked at the ones that are more on a human level, such as courage and kindness. For 2026, we are calling this program A Year of Value. We will make available by email the written materials from those previous services. However, it will be more of a journaling or self-study program, since we will not be providing meditations or video talks on each topic. But for those of you who sign up, you will receive a written document about the quality, including a definition of that quality, an affirmation to repeat daily, quotes from the science of mind and other interfaith religions about the quality, and a practice to grow that quality into your life. By focusing on the many different aspects of leading an exemplary life, we believe it will support participants in making 2026 truly a year of value. So please, if you are interested in participating in a year of value, please, again, write to info@trianglecsl.org and let us know that you would like to receive the Wednesday information about the values, and we will be sure to include you on that email listing. That's all that I have to say about that, I guess. Before moving on, I would like to thank Carol Cross for her beautiful meditation, which totally set up the talk for today, and for really making that switch into the lengthening of the days and on our way towards getting into 2026. So thank you so very much, Carol. And now please, let's welcome her back to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I am delighted to be with you today on this special winter solstice, at least for us who are in the Northern Hemisphere. So, the theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. The theme for the month of December is Shedding Our Skin. Today, Reverend Dusty's message title is Moving into the Light. And now, using the magic of technology, please welcome Diane Carnes, who will be assisting us with our blessing of all faiths.
We are now going to do our blessings of all faiths. And I'd like you to welcome to the front my husband John and Marianne. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is a path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The science of mind and spirit is the path of divine principle, the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love, that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. Thank you. Thank you.
And now let me welcome our practitioner of the day, Barbara Kane.
Good morning, everyone. You can hear my daughter in the background clapping for me. Thank you, Heather. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our beautiful service today. And I invite you to close your outer eyes as I speak an invocation. Now and always, I recognize that I live, move, and have my being in God. I am part of the universal mind. I am one with universal substance. All the qualities and all the wealth of good and desirable things that exist in universal mind are mine now. I perceive, accept, and experience them. I know that all the beauty of form around me is the garment of God. I know that the presence that manifests in my heart and mind is God expressing within that garment of form. As I feel this presence more and more, I know that this is the truth for the community of the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And I speak a blessing on our wonderful Reverend Dusty as she brings forth Spirit's word of encouragement and inspiration and love to us today. I know that she is lifted and loved by this divine spirit. I speak a blessing on Heather Abbott, who does amazing, wonderful things, keeping us all in order and creating an IT environment that allows this message to go out to you. I speak a blessing on Karen Daly, the most amazing musician, who will bring us all her gift of song and light. And I speak a blessing on all the volunteers in the background that I may have forgotten. And also you, the congregation, the family of the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And I know that this morning we get exactly what we're here for. And I'm deeply grateful that this is the truth, and so it is. And this morning's reading is from Albert Camus. He says, "In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found that there was within me an invincible calm. I realized, though, through it all, that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer, and that makes me happy. For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there is something stronger, something better, pushing right back. And so it is." So it is. And now, you may hear an echo. That's Heather. And now, the absolutely incredible, talented, wonderful musician, Karen Daly. Thank you so much, Karen, in advance.
Thank you, Babs. Good morning. There is a candle in every soul. some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes us whole. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see. Yeah. Go take your candle and light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, but still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see. Yeah. Go take your candle and light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. 'Cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles and light the skies. Bring to our Father, the God within us, to make us beacons in darkest times. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see. Yeah. Go take your candle and light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world.
Woo! Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very much, Karen. That was a wonderful choice for today's message. So, welcome to those of you who may have just turned on your computers or your television sets. We're so very blessed that you have chosen to invite us into your homes today. The theme for the month of December is shedding our skin, and my message is entitled Moving into the Light. Now, if you happen to participate in Carol's meditation, you would have heard her talk about this time of the year, right? This time of the year, the days have been getting shorter, the nights have been getting longer and longer. We are in the middle, right? In the middle of one of the darkest periods of the year. And what I know to be true is that there is a profound link between physical darkness and existential darkness. And as the days get shorter and the nights grow longer, then worries can sometimes appear to mount, and hope can sometimes appear to wane. It's a time of dormancy, and people can often experience isolation or loneliness or despair. For some of us, much of the time, and for pretty much all of us, some of the time, darkness suggests peril and instability, the sense that life is somehow fleeting or tenuous or random or even meaningless. At night, anxieties that have perhaps been suppressed or repressed come swimming up to the surface of our consciousness. Am I safe? Am I loved? Am I needed? Is there meaning in the world, or is it all ultimately empty and meaningless? As I was preparing for this message and thinking about the darkness, my thoughts went to the idea of the dark night of the soul. Now, according to the 16th century Spanish mystic and Catholic poet Saint John of the Cross, the dark night of the soul is the phase of passive purification in the mystical development of the individual spirit. Passive purification in the mystical development of the individual spirit. In more modern times, the phrase dark night of the soul has become a popular phrase to describe a crisis of faith, perhaps, or a difficult, often painful period in a person's life. What once guided us, our roles, our identities, our beliefs, our achievements, and our relationships no longer provide the same kind of warmth or direction when we're in the middle of this dark night of the soul. It can feel like emptiness or grief or disorientation. Yet what is actually dissolving is not the core of who we are. What is actually dissolving is not the truth of us, but what we relied on to define ourselves. What we relied on to define ourselves is no longer working for us. And so just as nature withdraws energy underground in the winter, the soul turns inward. Creativity, joy, and clarity might seem absent during this period of time, but they're not gone. They're like the sun hiding behind the clouds. They're there, they're just dormant. This phase conserves energy for a deeper reorganization that cannot happen when we are in constant motion. The dark night often arrives after some growth, or perhaps after an awakening, or after transformation. It strips away inflated self-images and spiritual narratives that no longer can contain our expanding awareness. Like the skin of a snake that's discarded because it does not grow with the snake as the snake grows. They're discarded because they can no longer expand to really be able to contain our expanding awareness. The dark night teaches trust in process rather than outcome. It is the maturation of our consciousness, that our consciousness is moving from seeking insight to really being able to embody the truth. That sounds great. I mean, it all sounds really great. And there is an initial descent into the unconsciousness, where unresolved grief or fear or shadow material sometimes surfaces. Not a comfortable moment in time. But it doesn't do that to overwhelm us, but to actually be seen without resistance, to bring up to the surface of our consciousness these griefs or fears or shadow sides of us. What is really cool about this moment in time is that whatever we face during this dark night of the soul can actually become compost for all of the wisdom and the revelations and the insight that will follow afterwards. In essence, the dark night of the soul is the space between who we were and who we are becoming, the space in between who we were and the we that we cannot yet name, perhaps. It's not meant to be rushed. It's not meant to be fixed. It's not meant to be explained away. It is meant to be inhabited. We are to live in it for however long it takes, 40 days and 40 nights, they say in the Bible, which means until completion. Until what is real no longer needs illumination to be known. Richard Rohr's good friend Gerald May says, the dark night of the soul is a profoundly good thing. It is an ongoing spiritual process in which we are liberated from attachments and compulsions and empowered to live and move more freely. Sometimes this letting go of old ways is painful. Occasionally, it's even devastating. But this is not why the night is called dark. The darkness of the night implies nothing sinister, only that liberation takes place in hidden ways, beneath our knowledge and understanding. It happens mysteriously, in secret, and beyond our conscious control. So the bottom line is that the dark night of the soul describes a profound inner passage, an inner passage where old sources of meaning fall away. Like the skin on the snake, old sources of meaning fall away before the new have completely and fully formed. It's not a failure of spirit, but a threshold. It is not a failure of spirit, it is a threshold. So perhaps, just perhaps, we could reframe our thoughts and our beliefs about the darkness. Perhaps we could claim that the darkness is the season, the right and perfect season, the right and perfect time to unplug and regroup and get back to what is most important to us. Perhaps we could know that it's a time of introspection, contemplation, and going within, a time to quiet the mind, to still the soul, and to crystallize our inner workings. It is the perfect moment. It is the perfect moment, the perfect pause in which to gain clarity. It's a time for taking a break to prepare for the changes that will unfold as we move into the new year. During this, the darkest part of the year, nature asks us to slow down. It asks us to slow down and enjoy a cup of warm tea, to be with loved ones, and to listen more than we speak. Under the ground, the earth silently sleeps. Seeds rest in suspended animation, and the animals all hibernate. In contrast, we humans rush about frantically, heading to the malls, looking for whatever it is we're looking for, stressing ourselves out when activity, with all kinds of activity, rather than taking the time to really rest, taking the time to dream, and taking the time to gather strength in our bodies for the upcoming season of renewal. Nature teaches us that resting is necessary. It is a time of patience. And this is not easy for most of us who are not comfortable with the dark, who are not comfortable with silence, who are not comfortable with waiting, who are not comfortable with resting. The energy of winter is that of going within. It's the fruitful darkness and silence out of which our soul's yearnings and inspirations can eventually emerge. Our soul needs that stillness, needs that silence. And as we consciously link our awareness to nature's cycles, our understanding of our own personal growth cycles begins to deepen. The time of darkness moves through the winter solstice towards the light. This is a high, holy time, symbolic of how life develops us in many different ways through a multitude of reasons and a multitude of seasons. In the midst of the darkness, We can know that the light is there and that it dissolves the darkness. We can know that even in the darkness, God is present. Now, winter solstice, as Carol was talking about during the meditation, is one of the most powerful points of the year as the axis of the earth pauses, shifts, and moves in opposite direction. In Latin, solstice is a combination of two words, sol, meaning the sun, and sister, meaning to make stand. For 3 days around the solstice, we experience the power of the standstill point and the shift in direction. The sun standing still is a powerful metaphor, really, for the energy that is available to us during this time of the winter solstice. Through it, we can change the direction of our lives with intention and build on the energy as we begin to step into this new year, into 2026. The CSL Theme Committee says, as we shed the old and prepare for the new, we welcome a sense of joy and anticipation for the good that is forthcoming. We shake off any residual resistance or pent-up emotions so that they can be released and dissipated. Our positive intentions and declarations help usher in newfound possibility and forward movement. We can focus on moving along whatever pace feels right, speeding up, slowing down, or even pausing when and as needed. This high holy season calls for intention and attention to release, let go, and allow spirit to guide us. So moving into the light is not a sudden ascent or a return to who we used to be before the darkness. It's a gradual remembering, a soft re-entry into life, if you will, from a deeper center. The light arrives quietly, right? At first, it's barely noticeable. A moment of ease, a breath that might feel a little bit fuller, a day that just doesn't seem to weigh as much. Now, there's no announcement and no revelation, just a sense that we are no longer fighting with ourselves. The soul doesn't turn on floodlights, it simply opens a window. At some point, meaning becomes simpler. We may stop asking those really big existential questions with such urgency that we did before. Now, this isn't because that they have necessarily been answered, but because they no longer dominate our thoughts. Life feels less like something to be solved and more like something to be really just experienced, to be smack dab in the middle of. The need for certainty fades and just being present becomes enough. At some point, the light reveals to us what is most important by showing us what's not. We release proving. We release striving for external permissions. We release false urgency, and we release identities that are built on survival. What remains in our consciousness feels sturdy, and it feels unadorned. It feels simple and easy. Wanting comes back, but it's different now. It's quieter, and it's less demanding than it was before. At some point, our joy returns, not explosively, but actually a low, steady flame. It lives in the ordinary mornings, in quiet laughter, in creative focus, and in moments of deep alignment. It doesn't leave us depleted, and it doesn't demand attention. It is simply there and present. Now, while my message is entitled Moving into the Light, and we have been talking about moving into the light, at some point, we begin to realize that the light was never outside of us. We begin to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we no longer need to seek the light, but instead to actually just live it. It is who and what we are. It shows up in our capacity to stay present, to our willingness to be honest, our ability to love without grasping, and our courage to live without masks. The underlying truth is that in the beginning was God. God was all that there is. And then God said, let there be light. And there was light, and the darkness was gone in the presence of the light, in the presence of God. God and light are synonymous. Each of us is a divine emanation of God. Within us is God. Within us is light. Beyond the darkness of the season, there is a deep and abiding desire to celebrate this light. We celebrate the divine light within us as nature, as quality times with friends and family, as the spark of new possibility and the presence of unconditional love, boundless joy, and the peace that passes all understanding. We celebrate the light that shines through the darkness of human confusion and illuminates the spiritual truth of who we are. That light, which is at the center of each and every single one of us, is God's perfect idea of us, and it calls us to a greater expression because that is its nature. Faith traditions and countries around the world and throughout the ages have celebrated the light. They include such celebrations as Hanukkah, solstice, Kwanzaa, Diwali, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and multiple light and lantern festivals around the world. With each soaring lantern, each floating candle, each building that is brilliantly lit up with all kinds of colors, each firework display, and each blazing menorah, they celebrate the serene beauty and the reflective nature of light and the victory of light and knowledge over darkness and ignorance. Bursting through the darkness, these displays of light are a powerful symbol of renewal and new beginnings. Through light, each of these celebrations tells a unique story that really transcends geographical and cultural boundaries. They remind us of our shared human experience and our deep and abiding connection through the golden thread of God stuff, through the golden thread of light that weaves itself throughout all of life, that flows in, through, and as each and every single one of us. What I love about all of these celebrations is the ability of the rituals and the music and the dancing and the lights to take us out of ourselves, to really move us beyond a mere intellectual understanding of our divinity, but to actually feel that presence. To move us from our heads down into our hearts, to transcend beyond the profane into the ecstatic. Music in all of its many forms has the ability to do that for me. For others, it might be something else, but music has that ability to do that for me. And I remember one particular holiday experience. I was living in San Francisco at the time, and I was going through, not that I would have known to call it this, but I was going through a difficult period in my life, and it was now what I would call it a dark night of the soul. At the time, I didn't know where it came from, but I had this feeling, I had this calling that I really needed to take myself on a date to Glide Memorial. Now, I had never been to Glide Memorial before, but I had heard that it was this amazing church that was really well known for their community service and for their stunning, outstanding choir. So I arrived very early on Christmas Eve, early enough that I was able to get a seat in the first row. And at one point, the choir sang one of my all-time favorite Christmas carols, O Holy Night. So they invited the congregation to join them. So picture here I am in the front row with the choir in front of me, a choir that was 100 plus strong, with everyone in there able to sing some solo at a point in time, and the entire congregation surrounding me on all of the other sides singing my absolute favorite Christmas carol. It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. And then they sang the line, "Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices." And I had all I could do to not fall down on my knees right then and there in that first row. They were celebrating the light, and I was having an experience of it. An experience that I had never had before, an experience that forever changed me, an experience that I can still feel today, even as I talk about it with you. An experience that really assisted to bring me out of that darkness. But I never may have felt it had I not experienced the darkness first. So today, the invitation is to look at the darkness that shapes us with reverence. It actually gives us depth and humility and discernment and empathy. The invitation is to move toward the light without needing to be certain, to trust in the universe, to trust in God, to trust in the light. Moving forward into the light does not mean clarity about the whole path, but having the courage and the faith to walk it anyway. The invitation is to let ourselves rest in the peace of darkness, knowing, absolutely knowing, that brighter days are ahead. The bottom line is that we are always connected to Source, and our inner light never dims. And so it is. And so it is. So I invite you to turn within for a moment as I speak a word of prayer for each of us today, anchoring this message, anchoring this day, and anchoring the celebration of the light, anchoring the winter solstice as it creates this beautiful energy for us. And in this moment, with my eyes closed, I really am acutely aware of that presence that I felt in that first row at Glide Memorial, that presence that I feel even today in this moment, that presence that is always within me, that presence that created me, that presence that guides me and guards me and unconditionally loves me. And what I know about this presence is not just for me, it's for everyone. We are all unique and divine emanations of the One. Created in its image and likeness, we are all that is. We bring each and every single one of its amazing and wonderful qualities to the planet in our own unique way. This is why we're here. This is our purpose. To raise each other up by being that light, to raise each other up by being that presence of the divine, knowing the truth about ourselves and living our lives from that place. We are connected one to the other in ways that can never be broken, and it is from that divine connection that I really bless each and every single one of us today. I bless who we are. I bless who we've come here to be. I bless our deep connection with God. I bless our deep connection with each other. I bless our deep connection with our community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I bless our deep connection with all sentient beings on the planet. And I claim ease and grace for us around using this time, around standing in that space of darkness and allowing it to have its way with us, allowing it to shift us, allowing it to raise us up, to bring clarity that we might not otherwise have when we are moving about so frantically, stressed about everything. Pause, get quiet, stop doing, become being, stay still. Allow this time to be something really amazing in our lives, not only individually, but also collectively. Allow it to bring newness, to bring wonderful beginnings, letting go of anything that no longer supports us and stepping into something really powerful. I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words, so grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes, that my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken, and so I speak them and I release them into that law, letting go and letting God be God. I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. So it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. So it is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is a time every week when we offer our financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and for each other. Together, we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the experience of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 ways that you can give, and they're here on your screen. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can you can text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can actually send a check to PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I invite everyone to turn within for another moment of prayer as I speak a word of blessing on this offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways that we are abundant and to focus our attention on all of this abundance by practicing sharing and giving. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that this gift, however big or small, supports this community as we continue to be a space of warmth, of light, of wisdom, of transformation, and of love. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, the gift that we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all so very much for your gift, and I thank God for the gift of each and every single one of you. It's in blessings, and so it is. And now please welcome back to the stage the amazingly talented Karen Daly.
Thank you, Dusty. I wandered so aimless, looking for my way, heart wide open, had no word to say. Spirit within me guided me right. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more in darkness, no more in night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, Jesus gave me light, and I'm gonna let it shine. Well, Buddha gave me light, and I'm gonna let it shine. The Spirit gave very light, and I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, just like the blind man, I wandered along. Worries and fears I claim for my own. Then like the blind man that God gave back his sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, this little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, this little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more in darkness, no more at night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Woo! Thank you so very much. That was awesome, Karen. Really beautiful. I think that we're going to welcome Babs, Barbara Kane, back to the stage.
Am I back on? Thank you, Karen. That was a wonderful, beautiful demonstration of the fabulous gift of your song. Thank you so much. And now, in the comfort of your home, we're going to have our affirmation for the week. This is a call and response. Please repeat it with meaning. While I know that this season marks the deepest darkness of the year, I also know that this time of darkness moves through the winter solstice toward the light.
While I know that this season marks the deepest darkness of the year, I also know that this time of darkness moves through the winter solstice towards the light.
This is a high holy time, symbolic of how life develops us in many ways through a multitude of reasons and seasons.
This is a high holy time, symbolic of how life develops us in many ways through a multiple of reasons and seasons.
I recognize the importance of the darkness to my growth and evolution.
I recognize the importance of the darkness to my growth and evolution.
I choose to be gentle and tender with myself as I shed my skin and step into newness.
I choose to be gentle and tender with myself as I shed my skin and step into newness.
Releasing any resistance, I allow myself to be in the divine flow and glide into my next greatest yet to be.
Releasing any resistance, I allow myself to be in the divine flow and glide into my next greatest yet to be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And now I invite everyone to close their outer eyes for another moment. And with this knowledge of coming into the light comes the assurance that the loving presence is always here, closer to me than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. I feel this loving embrace around me as I continue to grow and expand my understanding of who I am inside of the divine light and how my expression is expanding to include more and more joy, more and more love. I tune out all dull negative ideas and tune in with the sunshine of light and the brightness of laughter and the joyous presence that is life itself. And I'm grateful for this time with all y'all, knowing that it is a glorious solstice holiday time for us to have joined together in celebration and with deep gratitude, knowing that this feeling of light and life and wholeness continues in, as, and through the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, I release and let go, allowing the joy to stream in. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Babs. Thank you, everybody, for inviting us into your homes today, whether you're watching in real time or you connect with us later. My gratitude goes out to everyone who participated in bringing this service to you. Carol and Babs, Karen, Heather, myself, and each and every single one of you for being there. Have an absolutely amazing day and upcoming week. I love you all. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.